Welcome back, guys. I got another kayaking related product review for you guys real quick. So I just set up a trolling motor setup for my kayak. I can control it with foot pedals and stuff, but it's real nice to go on some of the electric only lakes around southern Pennsylvania here. So I was looking for a solution. I've wired it through the hull of the kayak, and I wanted a quick way to connect the trolling motor, into like a power outlet within the hull of the boat. And when I looked online, all I could find were, little cheap, really RV connectors and stuff, and they're just junk. They corrode, they fall apart, they break, they short out. They're just generally junk, and they're not cheap. So I stumbled across these connectors. This is called an SP connector. This is a completely, capable outdoor, for waterproof areas or for wet areas. This has a waterproof rating of IP68 and is, really the gold standard in waterproofing. Um, so these are actually rated for AC current. I use it for my trolling motor, which runs on DC. I haven't had any troubles. Like I said, do your own research. This is not a DIY video. I'm just showing you what I did and a solution that I found. So the way these connectors work, if I pull this apart here, there's two pieces. This is the piece that will be attached to your trolling motor. Unscrew this here for you so you can see what's going on. So inside here is where you would solder your positive and negative. There's two pins. You'd solder them in there, and the cords or pigtails running out to the trolling motor would go through here. You can see this spins, and as it spins, there's rubber gaskets in there and little legs that condense down to make a waterproof seal, so no water can penetrate into this connection. So you're going to need a soldering iron to make this happen, and a pretty big one, because you're going to need decent sized wires for your trolling motor. Alright, so we'll screw that back in. So that's one side of the connector. That's what goes to the trolling motor. This would be the power output from wherever your battery is. So your battery leads would run to this, and then this would be mounted in the hull of your kayak. So the way this works is it's just got a little locking nut here. So you would, bore a hole this diameter through your boat. You would stick this through and then reach in from behind and put this locking nut on there. Then you would just have this sitting on top. So when it's not in use, they give you this nice little cap that's conveniently attached. You can close it up so no water can get in there and corrode any of the connections. When you want to hook up your trolling motor, you just release that. There's little tabs on here. You line those up. Lock it down with the waterproof ring. And you got a connection that's not going to come loose. It's not going to corrode, and it's going to give you real good power delivery. Now, like I said, this is the SP. I believe it's the 28 or 29. Yeah, it's the 28. And what that refers to is the diameter of the plug. It's roughly 28 millimeters. Sorry, here. Let's screw this back in. This is how you would loosen it. So that's roughly the diameter here is roughly about 28 millimeters. As you can see, it's 27.7. So I'm comfortable using this for my system using DC voltage because I'm not using, more than 25 amps at any given time. And if you take a look, these connections in here are about 3.6 millimeters. That's the smallest that they get. They're even bigger back here where you solder the wires. So, if you convert that over to what, your DC wire gauge would be, you're somewhere in the range of a 12 gauge wire, which over a short run of 8 to 10 feet should be able to handle up to 25 amps, maybe a little more instantaneously, but I wouldn't want to push it. I wouldn't want to be putting 40 or 50 amps through this thing on a continuous basis. It might heat up. But, You never know until you try it. So, yeah, these are pretty nice. I'll leave a link down below if you're interested in purchasing them. Um, they really, when I found them, I was like, I gotta buy this. It's like $9. It's like cheaper than the actual DC ones you can buy at Cabela's or Bass Pro that are just straight up junk. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you next time.